Is Bitcoin nuking? I'm getting a lot of notifications of people getting licked. No, it looks normal. Bitcoin had a bad day. Didn't like that 1 hour pivot. 40,000 hard resistance. Twitter doesn't want to tweet that I'm live. All right.
I'm getting a probably a husky puppy soon. My brother's got some huskies and they just had a litter.
Nice.
Hughes is dragging the ass down.
Yeah, Q's is nuking. This is like I said yesterday. I wanted to short Q's because tech looks so bad. It's just hard to short with stimulus right around the corner. You're holding support for right now on Q's, but if you lose this level, there's not much left. Could go down another 200-300 points. The only hopium left right now is stimulus. Market's topping out, waiting for the inauguration, waiting for stimulus. Our bearish target on ES was already hit, 37.46. Hopped up, and now we're still continuing our downtrend. Q's still looking really weak. You break this support, probably drop down another 200. You can see Q's retested that pivot on the 1 hour, failed off of it. Lower high, lower low. Doesn't look too good. There's a gap below you on Q's down at 308. That very easily could get filled next week. You have COVID antibodies, so that means you had COVID before. That sucks, dude. It's good that you have antibodies, I guess.
Or you could just been exposed to it and not necessarily had the full virus.
That's true. Do the asymptomatic people develop antibodies?
I believe so.
They should.
They still had the virus, just no symptoms. Yeah. I wonder if it has the same long-lasting effects on the body. The SPY and Qs do not have gap downs, but IWM and Dow Jones do. Neither one of them are filling their gaps. BLL might finally be finding a bottom here on this wedge. 4-hour pivot holding. This is definitely one to watch for next week. I like this falling wedge. I think it was on the short squeeze scanner, I believe. You're immune for up to 1 year. Nice. That'd be nice walking around knowing that you're pretty safe.
That's not entirely true.
Yeah.
You're only immune for a certain strain of it, and it has an expiration, and that expiration is varies from person to person. Yeah, it's like a few months.
I like this SR flip on CVS. You break above 77, this thing should start flying. DCIV still a good long-term hold, providing the merge happens, I suppose. Yeah, you're just betting on fundamentals. You can't really make a judgment on a long-term hold or not. You're betting on it and getting a definitive agreement with Lucid Motors. If they do get the definitive agreement, then yes, it probably would do all right long-term. But making a long-term bet before that definitive agreement is made is just a gamble. You're betting on nothing, basically. Damn, C-note. Somebody's going off on that guy. He deserves it, dude. Fucking pumping fake news.
Yeah, they're pissed.
Hopefully the market doesn't forget this time. Make him pay for it.
But Bloomberg was talking about the merger talk.
Yeah, they're talking about the merger stuff. That's still a good rumor. That's a true rumor. What people are mad about him is the stupid news announcement thing that wasn't even real.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, what he ended up saying was what was actually the news yesterday that they
Yeah, the guy's an idiot.
couldn't confirm or deny, but he made a big deal about it.
CIIC starting to look really good. I don't like these dojis, but the low time frame price action's really strong. It's another one of the SPACs. It's a merger company as well. I don't know who their rumor is. Yeah, it's basically a lottery. It's a gamble for sure. Almost all the SPACs are gambles. But we're in SPAC season right now and they're all paying off. Oh, here's the retest on NLS. That was actually a beautiful buy. I didn't see that. It's already up 4.5%.
I'm looking at it like wick the trail.
Yeah, literally wicked not the inverse head and shoulders. It wicked the downtrend. Yeah, the trail's right below it. Yep.
Yep.
It's right on the 4-hour trail too. This actually looks pretty good. I don't know if I want to buy it and then hold it over the weekend though. That would be a little sketch. A very good risk to reward. You could risk $2 on this to make 7. Yeah, weekend plus 1 day. That's what I mean. The long weekend. I don't know if I wouldn't do options. I mean, with shares, holding stuff over the weekend with shares is not really a big problem as long as the market doesn't sell off strong on Monday, have a gap down on Monday or something like that.
Ooh, look at that candle on ES.
Yeah, it's recovering strongly. I wish I would have seen this earlier. I would have definitely bought this. Not sure how I missed this. I was looking at NLS earlier. This would be an easy fill around 1980, 1960. It's still a $2 stop loss even if you get filled here. It's sold off on pretty good volume today, which is not good.
Yeah, it's kind of moving with Peloton. Peloton took a little breather the last couple days.
Yeah, it's true. The 4 hour is really clean. 2 buy signals on the trail. Momo's curling up as well. Daily failed an auto SR to the penny. That's why it nuked. You were also outside the monthly VWAP. So that's what I said yesterday. I said that NLS looked really good, but I didn't want to buy it because it was outside the monthly VWAP and it looked like it was due for a pullback. So this is exactly why I don't buy outside the monthly VWAP. You can see that nasty sell-off it gave you right after that little micro distribution. You're bouncing off January's VWAP too, which is good. Four-hour Tenkin line as well. Yeah, there's a lot of support on this. You could buy it. Short time frames, you're definitely buying into a bearish trend. Long time frames are still bullish. Five minutes trying to flip bullish. You've regained both moving average ribbons. You're back above the January VWAP as well. Yeah, it will be a last minute decision. I might grab this before the weekend, might not.
Which one you talking about?
NLS. I've been waiting on an entry for this trade for a while because I missed my initial entry. I called this out around 1950, so this would be right around where I would have entered it initially. This would be a share play, though. I wouldn't buy options on a Friday, especially not with a holiday weekend. CCIV update. The update is there was a bunch of bullshit news on Twitter. People bought into it. News didn't really come out. The guy was basically making it up, and then it sold off. It's still a decent SPAC, though. The rumor that they are partnering up with Lucid Motors for their SPAC is still there. The rumor is still it's not confirmed or denied. As long as that rumor is alive, the SPAC should do all right. Yeah, that would be an inverse head and shoulders on NLS.
You know which are the most fire inverse head and shoulders? The ones that are like on a monthly or weekly.
Yeah, that's true. The weekly ones are really good.
I remember Target was on an inverse head and shoulders like a couple months back, and look how much it ripped.
Damn, look at how much this thing ranges in LS on the long time frames. This thing has been stuck in a range since early 2000s. It's a massive bulldog. It's a monthly bulldog. Look at that. This might be one of the biggest bulldogs I've ever seen. You're failing two monthly pivots. Yeah, the top of January is this monthly pivot to the penny. Then you have a monthly pivot at 23. You're also holding a monthly pivot as support, though. Yeah, you have one down here as support, then you have two above you. Lots of resistance around 22, 23. You break through that, then it should fly. That gap fill should be very easy if you break through 23. If you were a momentum trader, you would trade the break of 23. Reversal trader, you would buy basically anywhere from here to 19. Yeah, I'm going to come back and look at this in like 20 minutes and make my decision before the close. I also really like BLL. We've been watching BLL for an entry, and it seems that entry is approaching. You're bouncing off a 4-hour pivot, and you're also in a daily falling wedge. That 4-hour pivot could send you to break the wedge. You're also bouncing off, I believe, October's VWAP. Yes, I'm still in Verizon, and yeah, I do agree. I think it looks really good. This is the best Verizon has looked in a long time. I added to my shares on this pivot too, so we lowered our average. I believe my average is somewhere around 59, so we've got a little bit of ways to go. But that's not a bad average. We can recover that pretty quickly.
You're gonna make me jump back in, aren't you?
The daily looks good. Still has room to fall on the weekly, but the daily looks good.
What would you target on the upside?
Around 59, where my break even is. 58 is a VWAP. 59 is a resistance. It's a slow mover though. It's not really a needed position in a portfolio, to be honest. Where this position would start to look really juicy is above 62. You start to break this generational top here that it's had for 3 years. It will start to look really good. Tesla selling off as expected. I think you're going to get at least the gap fill down to 810. You could also see the gap fill, or sorry, not the gap, but there's a support around 790, and then you have another gap fill at 760, which would be your overall target. Facebook is actually still green, surprisingly, but you did pull back to retest a 1 hour pivot, and it's selling off. This looks pretty bad on the 1 hour. 4 hour is about to lose the pivot as well. You lose that pivot on the 4 hour, it's going to go lower. A lot of support here on Facebook, but if you lose this level, you're going to go for a gap fill. The earnings are going to make or break this move here. I think the earnings are next week, I believe, or the week after. Take a look at the scanners here for a sec. A lot of things actually hitting high today. MasterCard showing a bounce. You just broke above VWAP not too long ago. These are just my trade ideas scanners. I built scanners on trade ideas to find different things that I like to watch. Mostly momentum, call volume, block trades. I've got reversal scanners. MasterCard actually doesn't look too bad. Getting a nice little reversal back above VWAP. MasterCard's sitting on a daily pivot, so if you hold here, this could be a big support. Massive sell-off recently. Weekly trail as well. So weekly buy signal on MasterCard with confluence on the daily pivots. You have a daily pivot support with a weekly buy signal. The last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Last 17 buy signals have all played out. So it's 17 for 17. This weekly buy signal will close in 30 minutes. Yeah, I would keep an eye on MasterCard. Does not look bad. You get back above that daily pivot at 329, this thing can go higher. Definitely one to watch next week. AQB, that was one that we called out a while back. Yeah, thing's doing very well. Looks pretty solid. You're breaking out of resistance. Pretty clean ascending triangle. You already hit your first target. Next target zone will be around 14. NLS is still a hard bet. Can't decide on this trade. If I can't decide, it's probably best not to take it. You have a lot of resistance above you around that 2250 area. Market's selling off a little bit here. Visa is also climbing back above VWAP. This is probably leading Facebook down. I didn't know there was a big backlash on WhatsApp. They said WhatsApp is delaying the rollout of new business features following user backlash and mass exodus over the company's data sharing practices. People are finally starting to realize that WhatsApp and Facebook are stealing their data. Crazy.
Before Facebook, well, even now, WhatsApp is like a big internationally, way more bigger than Facebook, especially in Latin America.
Yeah, WhatsApp is huge.
I think that's the reason why Facebook bought them. I know all my family members in Mexico are like, "Oh, send it to me on WhatsApp," or they call me on WhatsApp. It's just they use it for everything.
Not sure why OBS doesn't let me do screen region capture anymore. Would be a lot easier to show the scanners. I mean, they make money from ads for the most part.
And they create the audiences for those ads with data.
I understand that. Just saying. They don't have to harvest as much data as they do. I know I'm not for or against it. I don't really give a shit. I'm just saying that's what people are arguing. People see the terms and services, they see how much data they're taking, what they use that data for, who they give that data to, and they don't like it. That's why it's selling off. I'd prefer if they didn't take my data, but as I'm saying that, let me pull up my phone. I've got fucking Twitter downloaded. I have fucking YouTube downloaded. I've got my Messenger on here. I got Facebook. I've got Instagram. And we already know what Instagram does. Instagram's listening to me right now. I could talk about barbecues, and then I'll pull up my Instagram, and then tomorrow I'm going to have ads for barbecues. I shit you not. I'll probably take a screenshot. I'll show you in Discord. We've done it before in Discord, where me and JMA were talking about fucking beef jerky. We never even looked it up on our phone. Next day we got beef jerky ads on our Instagram. Like, people that think that your Instagram doesn't listen to you on your phone, you're delusional. I've had so many things that I've talked about just with my voice. I have not put on my phone. I've not gone on Amazon and typed in. I haven't done anything besides talk about something, and I'll get ads on Instagram for it.
Yo, that's whack.
You don't believe me? Talk about something for like a whole day. Like, keep mentioning it. Leave your phone where it can hear you. And I guarantee you within the next few days, if you have an Instagram account, you will have ads on Instagram for whatever you were talking about. Every time. Me and Sticky were talking about skeleton watches one day. Never even looked them up. Next day, skeleton watch ads. Fucking beef jerky. There was a couple other things that me and JMA were talking about in voice chat that we got. It's weird as hell. That is the shit I'm not okay with. Having your phone sit there and listen to you so they can make ads on Instagram, that's pretty fucked up. Now, if I go into my Google search and I type something in and they use that data from my phone to give me better ads on Instagram, whatever, I don't care. But don't sit there and listen to me all day. Facebook better get that WhatsApp shit under control. That's why they're playing to the customer's sake right now and saying that they don't have to accept the new terms. Because originally they told them they had to accept the new terms by like February. Now they're like, okay, no, you guys can do whatever you want, because they know that WhatsApp fails, they're getting murdered. Their stock is getting murdered. Their stock is already seeing a massive rotation. Same rotation me and Connor were talking about months ago. You had the rotation out of tech into financials. You've seen a rotation for over 100 days on tech, and then look at the financial sector, look at XLF. XLF has been getting the rotation since October, November.
Damn right.
I'm surprised you know, Hus. Me too, man. I do my research too, so I know, all the stuff that they are into and everything.
This is the next rotation, XLP, consumer staples.
I wonder sometimes, do we have any QAnon people in here?
We're all QAnon, you just don't know it. Probably not allowed to say that. Probably get fucking banned on YouTube. XLV is looking really good too. XLV Healthcare, they're doing very well.
The mooch. What's the mooch doing now?
20 minutes left. Oh, MasterCard losing that pivot. MasterCard got fucking massacred today. Even worse yesterday. The indicators I'm using, probably can't see them. Oasis Trading Suite. This is a built-in pivots one I'm just using for the numbers here, just so it makes it easier for me to see what the numbers are without having to pull it up. And that's basically it. And then I have the adjustable VWAP, one of our personal indicators. Basically everything I use is one of our proprietary indicators. Pretty much every single indicator on all of my charts are proprietary, unless they're moving averages or like volume. I also have like Ichimoku. Everything else comes from the Discord, or the ones on the website. Biden's about to take this stage before the close. Yeah, it's exactly what I was thinking, Connor. I was thinking like if the growth stocks don't do well in the first few weeks of Biden's presidency, they're going to shift into those consumer discretionary, the staples companies. You got all the Walmarts and Costco's, the companies that, the boomer companies, basically. It should be called the fucking boomer sector because that's what it is. The boomer sector will do well if those big growth, like tech companies, don't start booming. And I don't think the tech companies will start booming. We'll have to see, because if you guys watch that video that Kathy Wood did that I posted, she talks about it in that video as well, about how the higher taxes are going to be very bad for that sector, for the market basically as a whole. So if they start pushing higher taxes right away in Biden's presidency, I think the safest place to be is in those big name boomer companies. Take some hedges on SPY if it really starts nuking, and then just hold on to energy, hold on to staples. The first like 60 days is going to be very telling, because we're going to see what the Democrats can actually do with full control. Are they going to just literally pass everything that they want to pass, get their wish list accomplished? Or is there going to be like a split in their party, and they're not going to be able to pass stuff as easily as people think they will? Like I said, I think a lot of the stuff that the general population thinks they're going to pass, they don't understand that most of that stuff they just use to get votes, and they're not actually going to put that stuff forward and pass it. So we'll see. 5-minute ES trail just flipped red. You are entering a downtrend here. Nasty sell-off coming as well. Did Biden start talking already? It's funny, I don't have any scanners that are bearish. So when things stop being bullish, my scanners just basically stop working. They get halted. I should make a new low a day scanner or something that's bearish. It would ruin the aesthetic though.
CCIV turned green.
You guys can't even see all the scanners. Let me see if I can. I don't think it will let me show you because it's an ultra wide. Can you guys even read that on stream? You guys in YouTube chat? DLTR getting a lot of calls today. 775,000. Wells Fargo 500,000. BlackBerry 476. Tilray 350. CCIV 309. JP Morgan 162. SRNE 152. You can see that? Okay, good. God damn, Connor, why do you have so many positions? You trying to be a fucking ETF? $30 out of 36.
No bueno, Deja.
Yeah, that's a little rough.
Some of those are ETFs. Probably like 10 or 12 of
You're
them.
holding like 1,000 companies.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. SPY selling off into the close. 10 minutes left. NASDAQ selling off as well. So are my shares on Honeywell, RTX, and Rocket. CVS pulling back a little bit as well. And LS holding strong. Be back below that trail. No, you're still giving a buy signal. I'm gonna wait till Monday. I'm gonna see if it wants to bounce off this trail. If it bounces off the trail on Monday, I'll probably grab it.
Tuesday.
Tuesday, sorry. Keep forgetting that damn holiday.
I know. I really hate not being able to trade.
Yeah, it's rough. Boring. This fucking guy is hilarious. Look at this message. Yeah, Frag, I trade full time and I run the Discord full time. You saw that, Wu-Tang? Fucking hilarious. Bitcoin's trying to accumulate on a lower time frame, but it's not looking too good. The monthly close is looking damn near identical to the top in 2017. Nasty top wick. If January closes like that, that's probably the top. Looking like it, King. It's looking like it. Ethereum just put in a lower high, topped out on the pivot as well. Monthly candle also looks disgusting on that too. Yeah, still selling off, almost down 1% on the day. If only there wasn't stimulus, we could have shorted Qs into the ground.
Baba getting bought up on the close here.
Baba. Yeah, Baba's holding above the downtrend, which is pretty good.
Yo, BTT, you here?
He's not in here now.
Pretty sure Castro bought the very top tick of CCIV
Oh
today.
god, we talked him into it. It was more of a joke. He kind of took it seriously.
I don't think he went in very heavy.
No, he knows better. 4 minutes left. Make sure you guys aren't holding anything that you don't want to hold over the weekend. Especially with the long weekend. Monday is a holiday. Yeah, really, Wu-Tang. She just stole our idea. God damn. NNDM? What are you asking? Like, should you hold those? Or are you asking if you should take those? Oh, you asked if you should hold? If you don't think it's going to gap up on Monday or Tuesday, fuck. If you don't think it's going to gap up on Tuesday or look really strong on the open, then I wouldn't hold them because you're going to get theta burned for 3 days.
I mean, those are the February's though, right?
Yeah, oh, the February's not as bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, February's not as bad.
It's like over a month away.
Yeah, you're still going to get theta burned, but it's not going to be very noticeable. If they were expiring like next Friday, you're going to get murdered on those. But if they're February, you should be okay. But either way, no matter what contracts you're holding, if they're under 30 days, the weekends hurt a little bit. And the closer they are to expiration, they hurt more. $219, what is that? That's a little over 30 days, I think, right? Yeah, so that's not as bad. If it's over 30 days, you don't get hurt by theta as much.
Yo, CB, so I sold those profitable and we were up a lot this morning, but I'll enter those again next week. I just wanted to take some money off the table with a good week that I had.
You hit our targets too. $11 was your first target. 11, like basically $12 is the next target. As long as you hold above 990, it's still bullish. I know about Anixa. They developed a breast cancer vaccine that goes on trial in spring. You're up 13%. Not sure if you should hold. Breast cancer vaccine. That doesn't sound very stable. What's the ticker? ANIXA. Yeah, it's a biopharm company. It's a biopharm penny stock, nonetheless. Like, that is literally the most volatile shit you can trade on the stock market is biopharm penny. So, not much TA, not much you can do with these. The most analysis you want to do on these is volume analysis. Looks like it's putting in a bulldog, which is not too bad. As long as you pop up, you pull back, not too deep. Should continue higher. But it's a biopharm penny stock. It's the bottom of the barrel.
I'm gonna go eat something. I'll catch you guys later. Have a good weekend.
Yeah, have a good one.
Peace.
Cheers.
All right, guys. Green or red on the day. Green or red on the week. There we go. So a little red on the day, which is obvious. CCIV probably got a lot of you guys.
Today was obnoxious.
And then green on the week is what we want to see. There you go.
We'll take that every fucking week,
yeah,
boys.
you're gonna have red days. It's all about the weeks and the months. You have green weeks, green months. You're fine. You're gonna have red days. I was red today as well.
I should have waited on DRI. I cost myself 15% for no reason.
Yeah. Yeah, I got hurt on DraftKings, which I bought. It was small size, thankfully, because I pyramided into that. And then what else did I have? I had I closed Overstock for a win. But I lost a lot of profit on the day, so it made me red on the day. And then what else? RTX pulled back. Honeywell pulled back. But all right, I'm going to get out of here. Let you guys enjoy your weekend. Enjoy your long weekend as well. I'll be back on Tuesday as always. Even though it's a holiday on Monday, I'm still going to be releasing the summary of markets on Sunday. So just watch out for that. And that's basically all I got for you guys this weekend. You guys have a good weekend, guys. I'll see you guys on Tuesday. Peace.